everyone. I am your host, Miranda Walker. And today episode, we're talking about investing in your future. And I have a special guest that I'm going to be interviewing on today. He is the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. He is the icing on the cake. He is the glue that makes everything stick. Yes, he's the key and major investor behind every venture, Strands of Confidence, Beauty and Smiles, The Voice podcast. Yes, he is my husband, Joseph Walker. Yay, let's give it up for Joseph Walker.
Glad to be on.
This is the man with the plan. He is known as Billionaire Bill for a reason. He has grown several companies to over $1 million. He is the top producer in the company that he's now working for. He had several businesses that work for us and we work for them. I want him to go ahead and introduce himself to you guys. Go ahead, Joseph Walker.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
We're doing great. You looking good, smelling good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I kind of do a lot of investments and work with a lot of different people to create and generate wealth.
Wow, that is amazing. And mentioning to generate wealth, you're building a legacy. Well, we're building a legacy. And the legacy we're building is going to outlast us. There are a lot of people that are investing and there are a lot of people that are saving. And I just want to know what advice you have for those that are scared to invest and they're always forever saving, but they're not taking a risk with investing. What are your thoughts on investment versus savings?
A great question. So let's go scripture real quick, right? And I wasn't even prepared for this. Proverbs 22:7, if I believe correctly, it says the poor are slaves to the rich, just like the lender is a servant to the borrower.
Come on now.
So in order to create wealth, you got to be able to put something up to sustain for your harvest. And a lot of people just go out and just spend money on unnecessary things and don't invest in certain things because they rather have the flashy now as opposed to, putting something to the side for a greater purpose.
So to answer your question, you believe you should have a portion of both, right?
Should have a balance.
A balance. Okay, that is great because you are over our finances and I trust you wholeheartedly with the decisions you make. In marriage, you have to really trust the partner that you're with, and that's your lane with being over the finances. Before we were even married, you were already a wealthy man, but we have added value to each other in this marriage. And it's very important that you're able to trust your mate because of the decisions that person has to make on your behalf. So what do you have to say concerning us growing together and building our empire and adding value to each other?
I'll say two things. One, I wasn't a big risk taker until I met you.
Risk taker.
So what I learned is there's some risks you got to take and some risks you don't got to take. Granted, there's some risks that we took that I didn't want to take, but I'm glad we took it. And then there's still some risks that we taken that I don't want to take. So we'll talk about that off the air. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to take some sort of a risk. Everything comes with risk. Pain is part of success. So if you're not having growing pains, financial pains, there's no success. You can't be monostat and stay in the same place.
Absolutely. So you guys heard it best. You got to take risks. And what I look at risk as is, for the world may look at it as a gamble, a chance. I call it simply faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And you have to believe it even when you don't see it. And so that's part of taking a gamble in life. That's part of taking a risk in life. It's simply summed up to one word, and that's faith. And so I have a question for you, Mr. Walker, a.k.a. Billionaire Bill. Where did you get that name Billionaire Bill from?
Yeah, so I got that name from my wife. Unfortunately, we do a lot of role playing, and that's one of the role play names I stuck with.
Absolutely. And that's one of the most valuable names that he stuck with. I didn't call him his name. I called him what he's the epitome of, the embodiment of a billionaire. He's rich in spirit, he's rich in truth, and he's rich financially. And he has been a major asset to our businesses. A Beauty and Smiles that's located in the Coral Square Mall, a luxury wig boutique, and he has been the behind the scene investor. But I want to bring the attention to you guys and to my audience and to those that are following to let you guys know the man with a plan, the man that's behind the scenes. He's low key, he's preserved, but he is a major key to my life, to our businesses, to our family, and he has helped so many individuals. He has helped so many companies. I see my husband work countless days and nights to build businesses over $1 million in revenue. And so that's where he has gotten the name Billionaire Bill. And I call him that more than I call him Joseph, because I am not only speaking life, I'm speaking who he is, and I'm pulling him to the place and where he's going to be. Okay? And so that brings us to this question. What are one of the biggest investments to you besides money?
That's a real good question. Biggest investment is what I pour into our community as far as the youth, right?
Wow.
Coaching, football, mentoring, not only mentoring the youth, but people at my job that I come in contact with because everyone goes through a process or a struggle and they need a testimony. So I give them a testimony. I also pour into a lot of individuals who don't have a father figure or a brother figure or, that big, strong male dominant figure. So that's the
Absolutely.
biggest investment that you can get because you can reap the benefits from those rewards by helping other people. And in return, you probably get a favor in from God in return.
Absolutely. Well, my biggest investment, if I may, my biggest investment is investing in the commitment to marriage. Because in marriage, a relationship can make you or break you. Relationship, when you have the right partner, it could bring the best out of you. My husband is a reflection of me and I'm a reflection of him. And you always get the raw material. You don't never get the full fulfillment of who that person is, but you build it. And we have built so much great things together. So the people that you see today, this is through dedication, this is through trust, this is through God, this is through faith. And so we built something great. So there's someone that's probably watching and you want to be the best version of yourself. You want to add value to your life for that husband or that man that's looking for a wife. When you find your wife, you find a good thing and you obtain favor. Favor is the key. You obtain favor through God. So having a wife or help me is an advantage. And that's an advantage for both the husband and the wife. And so it brings me to the second question. What is the advice to individuals who have saved money and their RA, their retirement? What advice would you give those individuals with the money that they have saved through their jobs? What should they do with that investment?
Yeah, great question. Saving money in the bank doesn't help you. I learned that. I
Wow.
learned that through my marriage.
Yes.
It don't help you because if it's there, it's tangible. You can touch it. You want to take those resources and put them into like an IRA.
Hmm.
Just a few recommendations: a Charles Schwab account starts at 30K in order to even get started. Merrill Lynch would be a good one for starters. Robinhood. There's avenues that can help you generate wealth from those investments and also maintain it.
Wow, that's great. And I'm happy you mentioned that you are also a big investor in stocks and shares. We'll have something, a campaign that we're running, and I want to bring that attention to Strands of Confidence. That is a great industry. It's a great thing that we're doing. And a lot
Hmm.
of individuals are looking for a place to put their money in for stocks and shares. What do you have to say about Strands of Confidence? And then what are two other great stocks and shares that one should invest in that you believe by your investments?
Well, I can say this. There's two industries that are not going to go anywhere. No matter how much people are AI or how much people think they can cultivate it and change the world that we live in, we're not going to be able to change the medicine that we take. We can enhance it, we can update it, but at some point we still need to take aspirin, right? It's never going to go
Yes.
nowhere. And then secondly is the health and beauty industry, right? Everyone wants to look good, look their
Come on
best.
now. Yes.
So that's never going to go anywhere. So right now we're at the epitome point where people can invest in the strands of confidence. Women who have hair loss, alopecia, or any kind of deficiency, where they can get into an entry point to be able to capitalize, not only change lives, but also make money doing it.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. I love that. Yes, you guys, you heard it from Bill himself. Strands of Confidence is on the WeFounder platform. And after this, you can click the link below and you can go take a look at the campaign that we're running to help individuals empower women and men all over the world through the beauty industry, through luxury wigs and plant based products. We're here to put a smile on your face. Thank you. I love that you said that. How about the other investments that you made in stocks and shares? What are two of the good ones you think that
Um,
you'll recommend?
Other investments I've made that I would recommend kind of looking into is investing in yourself.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's okay to put investments into stock market, but if you're not going to benefit from the investment, what's the point of doing it? So invest in yourself, whether it's a small business, whether it's edifying yourself, because obviously you got to feel good about something that you're doing. So I
Yes.
would say invest in yourself. That would be the best investment. And then number two, invest in God.
Oh, Lord, my
You got to
God.
invest in your Creator.
Yes, I love that. I could give you a round of applause for that, you guys. You guys get excited. That is amazing. Invest in God and invest in yourself. Without God, you won't be able to even know who you are and what power you hold and what you're able to do in yourself. You guys, look at self in the mirror. You can, you will, and you must. You have to put your mind to the place where I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I love that, Bill. And so it brings me to the third question. And this question is a hard question, but here is where the truth lies. Because you have a very zealous wife, a very motivated and determined wife. And so I am always influencing, investing in projects, investing in different things, ideas that come in my spirit or are uploaded to me. What how do you differentiate what to invest in and what not to invest in? That's a very hard thing to do, to know what to invest in and what not. So someone that wants to invest, how could they differentiate if this is a good investment or is not a good investment? What are your advice to that individual?
Oof.
I knew this was going to be a hard one.
It's gonna come back and bite me. But
Oh my God.
I'm gonna spin it. I'm gonna spin it. I'm gonna spin it. All
Okay.
right. Bible says in Timothy chapter 6, verse 10, it says, money is the root of all evil. Is the root of all evil. It's not because if you have money, it's evil. It's because people who don't have it have a compassionate for evil. That's the one thing that's more powerful than anything on this earth, more powerful than the devil is money. That's the most powerful thing. That's in Timothy 6, chapter 10. So I would say this. When it comes down to investment, I always pray.
Okay.
I
Perfect.
always pray to see what may be, what not may be. And sometimes I sit here and say, no, I'm not going to invest in this. Oh, no, I'm not going to do this. And that's why you have a second half to kind of confirm, which is my second half. Sometimes I don't always agree. Sometimes you got to be led and just let the people, you know, go with the flow. So you have to put God first in every choice that you make.
Yes, I totally agree. That's one of the hardest things is trying to differentiate what to invest in and what not to invest in. You know, we had so many different ventures that we were on, so many different decisions we had to make.
Some we
And
lost on.
yes, absolutely. But guess what? Can I tell you something? Can I encourage you on today? Every seed shall produce a harvest. The Bible declares that don't look which way the wind will blow, because in Ecclesiastes 11 said, when you're not watching the wind, that seed that will produce a harvest that you're not even expecting. So when you have seed in the ground, expect for there to be a harvest. You may not see it, you may not feel it, but let me tell you something. It shall surely come to pass. The Bible also declares that in Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision, make it plain, put it upon tables for those that read it shall run with it. Though it may tarry, hold up now. So though it may take time, guess what the assurance is? It's going to surely come to pass. It's going to surely happen. It's going to surely manifest. And it's not up to me, and it's not up to you, and it's not up to you. But God said it's going to happen. And so we have to wait for it. But my question is today, what posture are you in while you wait?
That's a good question because I can tell you this sometimes, and you know better than anybody. We'll do an investment and we thinking we finna get blessed in this way,
Oh my God.
and then next thing you know, we getting blessed something that happened 4 or 5 years ago, and then
Absolutely.
whatever we lost, we've already gained from what we put 4 or 5 years ago.
So that's just the evidence and infallible
Yeah,
proof that it's going to surely produce a harvest, right?
yeah,
Give me a high
yeah.
five on that one, Bill.
Nah, I'm going with
Come on,
God.
you gotta come on. I need a high five on that one. That's a hard pill to swallow.
We need to edit that part. Cut that out.
Oh my God. I have another question for you. And at any given moment, you know, you're welcome to ask me questions as well.
I am.
Okay. Because it's not only about me, but though there are some married couples, there are some people who are dating and they're looking for someone who's going to help bring the best out of them, someone who has their best interests, someone that's going to help them make the right decisions on this journey called life. And whether it be a mother, whether it be a friend, whether it be a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife, you need somebody in your corner that see further than you and have more grace in the area to pull you to the place that you need to be. Because sometimes, truth be told, we don't have enough confidence in ourselves. We let so many people have insight on our project or our investment till we lose hope, we lose faith, and we lose the zeal for that thing. And so it's so important to have someone who has a sincere heart and has maturity and experience in the area that you're trying to grow in and you're trying to invest in. And so I want you guys to understand that relationship matters. And I'm so happy that I have chose the perfect help me and husband, as well as I'm his help me and his wife. And so I encourage you to find the right partner that's going to help you push through this thing called life so that you can make the right investments. And that brings us to our next question. How do you balance emotional support with financial decision making when investing in your spouse's vision?
Oh Jesus. We should have rehearsed these questions.
Oh my
All
God.
right, repeat it one more time.
How do you balance emotional support with financial decision making when investing in your spouse's vision?
See, you different though, cause you ask for too much.
My expectations is, yeah.
You ask for too
My
much.
expectations
So we
is really
we
big.
gotta talk outside of me and you. We gotta talk about like normal people.
Normal, yes.
Yeah, cause
Let's-
you ain't normal.
Oh my God.
Hey, y'all book me a hotel because I know I'm sleeping on the couch.
Oh my God. No, I'm not going to do you like that this time. Go ahead. Speak to the audience. Let them know.
All right. So
I'm
it's real simple. When you talk about emotions, you're walking on eggshells because some spouse may look at you as their knight in shining armor, as you're like their savior, their deliverer, as opposed to taking that attention to God. They're looking at you. So
Making
now you're making your spouse your God, not God your God.
Ooh, my God.
So first and foremost, when we talk about emotions, your emotions should be directed toward God. Your spouse should be the one who's catering to you to making sure that you understand that, hey, let's focus this on God and not on each other. Because
Yes.
guess what? You got to have a direction. Just like Google, right? When you're looking for where to go, you got to type in the directions and you got to wait for Google to respond. So you send your message to heaven and you wait for that message to respond.
Absolutely. Wow, I agree. That's a good one. That's deep.
Yeah, but you different.
Oh my God. So you guys heard it. You have to wait for the directions and you have to wait for the instructions. And the best answer and the best way to get that is through prayer, is through seeking. And sometimes you may have to even go on a fast so that you could get the answer, so that you can make the decision, the best decision, effective decision without being emotional. Because emotions, when emotions are involved, it can take you off course. It could take you off focus. It can cause a distraction because you're not thinking intellectually, but you're thinking emotionally. And that's a dangerous game, you guys. When you begin to put your emotions in a decision that needs to be financially or in investment decision, you don't need your emotions involved. You need to be critical and you need to be knowing what is going to be a good decision that's going to be beneficial and that's going to make sense. Like the people say, make it make sense. Oh, wow. I am enjoying my time here with you.
Good.
It's amazing.
Is it my turn to ask
It's
questions now?
amazing. Yes. You have any questions for me?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Because this is a different
it.
kind of episode today,
Got it,
and
got it.
this is more, marriage. This is something intimate. This is something, sacred between a husband and a wife. So we're not just interviewing, but there is some questions you may have for me that you have yet to ask me. But here's your opportunity. Go
All
ahead.
right, I'm only gonna ask 2 questions.
Okay.
First question is, what separates you from everybody else?
What separates me from everybody else is my authenticity, my drive, and my faith. I am a person with great faith. I have anointing and a gift that causes me to believe whatever I put my hands to, it will prosper. I go above and I go beyond. And that brings about a great separation. I have compassion and I demonstrate it. I'm not a person that just speak good, fine words, but I'm a person of great demonstration. I love others. I put others before myself sometimes because I understand if I help this person, I'm going to get it back. But this person might not have the capacity to. And so what separates me is the posture of my heart. My heart is pure. My heart is sincere. I have a heart after God. And so with that comes a great grace and there comes a great anointing. And that's what brings about the separation.
Okay, we gonna need to change this to Billionaire Bill podcast now. All right.
We can arrange that.
Yeah. So my next question is, you're a multi-business owner.
Yes.
I know that because I got a lot of bills. Um, you also do motivational speaking. You also do a podcast. You're a
Yes.
mom, you're a wife, you're a family member, you're a church member, you're a prophet. You're all these things. What do you find balance for yourself?
I found balance in edifying myself through prayer, fasting, and speaking affirmations. There's just something in me that causes me to want greater. I have tapped into the power thereof. I have tapped into the essence of the embodiment of who God is on the inside of me, which is causes me to do all these things because I can do nothing, but I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And as I walk submitted to God, He gives me the ability, the drive, the motivation to do all these great things. And not only do them, but do them in the spirit of excellence, always putting my best foot forth, always giving not parts of me, but all of me, because I am dedicated. I am a faithful person. And I don't only speak faith, but I demonstrate faith through my faithfulness in whatever task I do. I want to leave a mark. I want to leave a trail. Wherever there's no trail, I'm going to make one. I'm going to make a trail. Wherever there's no table, I'm going to make a table. I'm not waiting to sit at a table, but I make the table. I'm not waiting for a platform, but I am the platform. And so I understand who I am. And that when you understand who you are, it gives you about a confidence that I can do anything. I'm a superwoman. Why? Because I understand who I am. I am a masterpiece. Why? Because I'm a piece of the master. And so with that confidence, I'm able to be all things to all men.
So I need to ask one more question now. She's getting hot.
Well, cool off, baby.
Hot. Now, if you go trying to collect a church offering, I'm walking out of here. I ain't getting you my money.
Oh my
Get enough of that
God.
already. 3 things you like to do
3 things I like to do.
that I don't know about other than eating and spending money.
Okay. 3 things I love to do. I love to go on something called field trips. Field trips is something that I do where I go to nice hotels. I go to nice atmospheres. I like to go to expensive places. And the reason why, because I create an atmosphere for my expectation. I build up the appetite of expectation so that when I see it, I can my expectation for that thing can grow, because sometimes you're going through life and life will take a toll on you. So sometimes your imagination is clogged and it is stagnated, but when you begin to take yourself out of your imagination and you go into that actual atmosphere, it creates a sense of wanting more. Say, for instance, if we took a trip to France, it's going to cause me to want more out of life. If I went to the Lamborghini car lot, it's going to cause me to work harder because now my expectations has heightened.
Appetite is
My
increased.
appetite has increased. And sometimes people can't get to that place because their imagination is stuck. So you have to actually take yourself to the physical place and it will create your imagination for you. So that's one of the things I like to do is go on field trips. Another thing I like to do, I like to give, because the more you give, the more you shall receive.
No giving money now. You talking about?
No, I give my time.
All right.
I give my talents. I give information, because one thing I understand is information is important. You could give 100 people in the room information, but only one might use it. The problem that's going on in today's society is people have too much information and not enough execution. You have Chat GPT, you have Google, you have all these wonderful apps giving people information, but there's no execution. They're not putting their feet to the pedal. They're not putting their feet on the gas and going along with the flow. So you have all this, a head full of information, but no determination to execute it. No motivation to move forward in it. You have books in your belly. You have businesses in your belly, but there is nothing to help you to push that thing out. You have a baby, you're pregnant, and you don't even want to push the baby out. So I don't want to be a person that's giving you information. I want to be a midwife to help you push. You have enough information. Now it's time to give birth to that thing. So I like to give. I like to give hope in hopeless situations. I like to pull people up and I like to speak life into them, because sometimes people don't know who they are. So I like to pour, because my cup is full and it's running over, and I have so much in me that I want to pour until I'm all empty. So not only do I like field trips, I like to give. And another thing I like to do, I like to explore. I can't be stuck in a box. It's too many things that I want to do, too many things I want to explore in life. I'm very zealous. You already know that. I'm very open-minded, so I'm always open to new ideas, new things, new adventures. I have an open mind and an open heart, and I love to explore.
So that originates from the question that you asked me, is for investments, in savings, right? You got to have a vision. You got to have an atmosphere that's going to change your whole trajectory, your whole thought, your whole plans. Because if you don't, you just going through the motions doing the investment. There's no sense of urgency behind it. There's no push behind it, which I think really helps us be successful. Is you go on those field trips and I pay the bills.
Okay. So guess what? We both know our lane. See, I am the visionary, but you are the investor. I would never get in your lane because I understand you know how to manage money.
Oh, you get in my lane.
You know how to manage that money.
You get in my lane.
And so I let you manage
I'm going to take that
money.
money. Give my money.
He is amazing.
I need a raise.
He is an amazing steward over money.
You ain't going to buy me that Gucci bag.
Rather him give me the money. I understand how to come under submission. I know how to submit. So I let him be the head and lead all the finances because we're both so successful. But I say, hey, give me what you think I should have. and do this for this vision. Give me this for that. I let him steward over the money because guess what? Truth be told, I can't trust having all that money in my hand because there's so much temptations and I have a lot of spending habits. I love to shop. I love to give. I love to, go places and do things for a lot of people. And so I understand that's one of my weaknesses. So I let the man that is strong in that area be strong in that area and steward over that area. I am good at executing vision and coming up with ideas and fulfilling those. So you have good and good that equals great. But then you have great and great that equals legendary. And that's why I love to stay in my lane and he stay in his lane. But when we come together, baby, there's a power and there's an impact.
Yeah, just like the Bible says, you got to be equally yoked, right? What's
Yes.
good? What's good as a phone if you can't charge it?
Ooh, you better talk
Got to
back
be
to me.
equally yoked. What's good as a remote control for a TV if you can't put a battery in it?
Ooh, my God. Come on now.
So you got to be equally yoked. Some people take that term in the Bible way off subject, but it has to compensate. One has to
Yes.
compensate the other. In order to put together, they work as something totally different.
I love that what you said because it sums up the word reciprocity. Even a car understands that in order to go, it needs gas in it. And so I wanna pose a question on today. Who's gassing you up? Because
I know who taking my money,
I got to
and
be
it ain't the
filled
gas
up.
station.
Listen, in order to have the best version of myself, I got to be gassed up. And this gas is premium, baby. So he's doing the right thing that's able to help me to be able to perform, able to serve, and able to be all I need to be for you guys.
You ever seen that Charms Blow Pop commercial?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I'm the sucker.
We have one final question. I want to get to our viewers.
I hope it's what we're gonna eat, cause I'm hungry.
Oh my God. Well, we got to get to that. A matter of fact, we're going to go somewhere special today, baby. Don't worry.
Oh, McDonald's.
I just want to, let's say hi to all our Zoomies. We want to say hi to all our Zoomies, those that are watching through Zoom. We appreciate you. We thank you for joining us on today. I hope this conversation has been beneficial to you. I hope that it's a seed that's going to create a harvest in your life, a seed that has been planted in you, that we said something that's going to make a difference in your life, that's going to cause you to get out of a place of waiting on to walking in, to get out of a place of just planted to a place where you're watering that seed now, to get out of a place of just hoping into a place of execution. You have enough information, but now it's time to execute. And we're here on the Voice Podcast, and we're showing you and we're teaching you how to invest in your future. Investment is not always summed up by money, but it's time, it's serving, it's dedication. What are you investing in? And so it brings me to our last question. How do you envision our investments today shaping the legacy we want to leave for our family and community? How do you envision our investments, the investments that we're making today? How is it shaping up a legacy that we're going to leave for our family and the community?
How about you answer that question?
Okay, great. I'll take it. So the investments that we're making today are seeds that will produce a harvest for our future. We're creating things that are going to outlive us. We're creating businesses that's going to outlive us. Just like a franchise, you have McDonald's, you have Walgreens, you have CVS. All of these things are going to outlive the people, the founders that has built it. So we're setting the foundation to build something great that's going to leave a legacy. So Beauty and Smiles, we're expanding. We have franchising opportunities that's going to outlive us. We're creating generational wealth. Strands of Confidence. It's a trailblazing campaign that's going to impact so many lives. And wherever there's impact, there is legacy. And so that is another investment that's going to outlive us. The Voice, you're going to look at these on YouTube, you're going to look at them on Instagram, and later down the line in life, you're going to see something that's going to change the trajectory of your life, that's going to impact you, that's going to motivate you, that's going to inspire you. These episodes are going to leave a lasting impact for you. This is a legacy that we're building. So the investments are very strategic. They're very intentional. And I know that it's going to impact your life even long after we leave here. So that's how the investments that we create today is going to impact our lives, our family, and this community. It's going to change a nation. It's going to change a people. So you just stay tuned. Miranda Walker, Joseph Walker, you shall know our name, and this name shall be great. The Walkers, you guys. Go ahead, Billionaire Bill.
We
Any
out.
last final
I'm
question?
hungry. Let's go.
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. The boys.